What is going on, everyone? We are back with another bundle review, and this time for the most recent bundle. And not only am we going to be showing it, you're going to see me buying it, which I'm going to be doing right now. Here we go, purchasing the Reactive Shattered Veil bundle. And I don't know how I feel about this bundle. This is a Dead of the Night themed bundle, but it's named after our main map. And right away, we got to talk about this Perkaholic. Like that, come on, like they knew how to make me buy something. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get everything equipped and hop into a match, and we'll see you guys then. Alright, so we are loading into a match with the Shattered Veil, obviously the newest map and the map this bundle's named after. And look, we finally have animated loading screens from these. I feel like every bundle should retroactively have like the thing they had, the icon as their loading screen. And right away, this gun's quite interesting. It has a crystal ball on it. It has no sight. It has the iron sight on it. Let's go ahead and clear out these zombies. Let's take a better look at the weapon too. So obviously this is not a mastercraft, but it is reactive. So as we get kills, it will get flashier and flashier. You see the charm there and the little sticker there. Honestly, I'm not going to be able to call out a lot of the references on these weapons and in this bundle. Like, I know this is a Dead of the Night themed bundle. I just didn't enjoy Dead of the Night. Like, one year in high school, I was really into BO4 Zombies, and so like all the maps I hadn't played on it, I spent like a week playing, and Dead of the Night was the only map where I couldn't play for more than like 2 days. I didn't do the Easter egg, like I couldn't take it upon myself to learn anything about it. But still, interesting they named it after this map. I kind of would have rather they just named it like Haunted Mansion, not Shattered Veil, because this has nothing to do with the map. And here we are in third person taking a look at the Klaus skin. He's based off the celebrity butler from Dead of the Night. You can't really tell by the face, like you can't see the front or anything, but he is based off that character. Pretty cool. Honestly, I think Klaus is like the best way for them to do stuff like this. Also, I'm hoping we get more stuff with Klaus, because there's intel about Richthofen using Klaus to take out like Omega operatives, so maybe they made more of him. And also, there was like, if you read the bios for both the Warden and Klaus in this game, they're both like hired by the CIA to go after the main guys in the campaign. So like they're kind of canon to be just hired out of the Dark Aether, which I think is kind of funny. It also makes like these wacky appearances they have, like the Butler and also like the Calamity skin for Brutus, like just seem a bit funnier, I guess. And as you can see, our first stage of reactivity has happened. So we got little rocks flying around. We have these prongs on our side of the gun. Nothing too flashy yet, but the rocks floating around, I wonder if camos would go on that. We gotta see. And one other thing I want to note is that I'm pretty sure, based off the description of the bundle, these weapons have ice damage built in. Now I will confirm this by the end of the video, but it is important to note that ice damage, I believe it does deal more against the disciples. I could be, no, it's shock and light, but ice is strong against mimics, which there aren't any in this map. I think they're also strong against, it's either the parasites or the, oh, do you see that, those death effects? I didn't notice those. They're either strong against parasites or vermin, so we'll see when it pops up, I guess. Now we're at another stage of reactivity. The prongs are spinning, the crystal ball is green, and yeah, the light's lit up back there. It looks cool. Like, I feel like Dead of the Night fans, like Afterlife, I'm pretty sure is a big fan of it. There's like very specific people who would like this, but still very cool. I wish we got more stuff like this. I wish like that Scarlet Maya cosplay, they would have gone a bit harder with that. We're gonna be doing a video on that bundle too, once I get around to it. I don't know, I'm not really keen on. So while we're in between rounds, let's take a look at the spray. So it's I'm pretty sure that's a jump scare you get during the map with Dead of the Night. And we can also take a look at the emote real quick. It's Peekaboo. I'm not a big fan of that emote, to be honest, but hey, I feel like someone will get annoyed in the multiplayer top 3 with that, and that's all that matters, annoying the enemies. Okay, I think we have reached max reactivity on our weapon, and as you can see, candles are glowing, the prongs are glowing, the light bulb's blue, the little screen on the side is moving. You know, I wonder how this is affected by camos. I wonder if we could see, like, the lights change colors, maybe on, like, Nebula, the blue is like a darker shade, or maybe the lights stay. Either way, I think there's gonna be a nice weapon with camos, even if like the lights don't change colors, because they're gonna stand out against the camo. Like this on, say, they add weaponized 115 again, would look really nice. I'm talking about the blue version, obviously. Okay, and as a final note, they made the Wonder Weapon skin that came with this bundle. It's a Beam Smasher skin and not a Wonder Waff skin. I feel like they could have made the Wonder Waff with matching aesthetics to this weapon. I mean, you see they literally have the glowing light bulb right there. But that means we're gonna have to load up Terminus after this and get a quick showcase of the Beam Smasher. I'm not gonna put camos on it or anything. I think just the way it is best. But we will be doing that after this. And while I'm here, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're enjoying the video, please like and subscribe. We just got the ice damage to show up on screen. And these bundles aren't free. So I really appreciate when people like this video and subscribe. And overall, just watch the video all the way through. It really means a lot. And I'm not getting any of these for free. I'm spending the money I work for and on these. And I just like putting these out for y'all because I know some people would like it. I know I enjoyed watching videos like this when I couldn't really afford to buy every single bundle. And I still can't afford to buy every single bundle. Let's be honest, man. Like, they add $600 worth of bundles every season. I'm not doing all that. I don't get paid like that. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to take a moment. Thank you guys for watching all these videos. Please support even more. Like, just watching the videos every time, leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. It all means a lot. So I appreciate every one of you. And now I will come back once we get the Pack-a-Punch camo on this weapon. Now, just thinking about it, one thing they could have done, they could have given us, instead of a Beam Smasher or even a Wonder Waff skin, they could have given us a Ray Gun Mastercraft that was based on the Alistair's Folly. People would love that and hate it at the same time. I feel like that'd be pretty cool though. Better than a Beam Smasher pick. It really makes me wonder why we're getting skins for wonder weapons like that, unless they're going to be returning in some like major way in future maps. Or maybe we'll be getting Outbreak back in BO7, and Outbreak will just have all these weapons in certain areas. I wonder. Okay, and finally we can test the Pack-a-Punch camo on this gun. Let's go ahead and see. Okay. So all the screens, all the lights and stuff stay the same. The glow always obviously stays the same as well. This could go good with any blue camo. So obviously I'm thinking Afterlife and Nebula are gonna look really good with this weapon. Now I don't know if it's just me, but reactive skins are not very good in this game. I feel like in Cold War Zombies they were better because they like took the whole game, like the whole main game, to get upgraded, but like we got this like finished in like round 7, round 6, and like that's just not fun to me. Like, the fun is seeing the weapon evolve over time, and it evolves in like 5 minutes in a zombies game. Mastercrafts, they just look overall way different than the normal gun. and they have unique inspects, which I really like just spamming inspects on weapons. Like, even if it's not a mastercraft, like I always see myself like just inspecting a gun, especially like the Mark IIs on this map. I love inspecting it, or the ice staff on the tomb. So I know we usually do these showcases and we get the weapon out the box if it's not a wall buy. But oh, that's a nice pickup there. But since we have a weapon that's not on the wall on this map, and the Wonder Weapon skin is for a Wonder Weapon that's not on this map, I'm actually just gonna split the showcase in half and go to Terminus now. So I will see you all loading into Terminus. Okay, so we're loading on to Terminus, and yeah, I'm loving these animated loading screens in these bundles. I think it's just way better than having a flat loading screen that looks weird. And we're here with this LMG, the Haunted Portrait for the XMG. The tracers are much more vibrant on this, that's for sure. You can see them very clearly. Let's just shoot it into the sky real quick. So they go away really fast, but as you can see, like, they're very noticeable. And this is pretty much just a non-moving version of the last one. It's got the whole like antique look. Obviously though, it's an XMG, so starting with an LMG in zombies is kind of a bad idea no matter what you're doing. But hey, it's a cool weapon, and honestly, the Beam Smasher does look good. I can't wait to show y'all it. So with the Devil May Cry anime coming out, which it wasn't that good, but it's kind of like you can see where it could be good in a future season, but for a first season, that's gonna get a lot of people who weren't fans of the series into it. It definitely is not a great intro. I would have rather they done like a Fallout TV series approach where it's like the same universe but a new story. I feel like they could have either like adapted some manga or just something, and not have it be you know what we got. But with that coming out, I reinstalled DMC5 and I put a bunch of mods on it, and man, like that's my first time really playing with mods, and it's really fun. Like I have this mod for Dante that gives him the Yamato, and man, it's just like you don't realize what you're missing until you have it. And like using the Yamato as Dante was pretty fun in DMC4, so having it in 5 is sick. I made it so my rebellion was Alistor, and then I had a bunch of lightning effect mod as well. And then I gave Virgil a like new look for his Beowulf that makes it like Urizen fists and stuff, which is like I like that because Urizen like punches and kicks you kind of like Beowulf, so like it fits. And with DMC5 hopefully getting a bit of a resurgence from the show, even if the show wasn't great, I'm hoping the modding scene kicks back up, because like there's a lot of mods. I feel like there should be like there's a mod that makes it so you can play as Lady instead of Dante, but it's just Dante's moveset with Lady on top. I feel like someone out there could find a way to make just Lady playable, pretty much like her exact DMC4 counterpart. Add like Dante's new stuff as well to her as well, with his gunslinger stuff. And I feel like people would love that. Oh, another mod I saw but I should have downloaded was there was one that turned one of Nero's Buster arms into Artemis from DMC3. I gotta install that one. That one's fun. I like the ones that bring back older weapons. So with these bundles, I feel like I get an excuse to play maps that like I don't really play anymore. Like I haven't really touched Terminus since Citadel launched, other than like for specific camo things. And that's another thing. Pretty much when I'm not running an Easter egg, I'm just grinding camos, which does get boring. So these bundle videos like really help me just go back and appreciate the game a bit more. And obviously we're doing the quest to build the beam smasher right now. So we're probably gonna end up getting the Pack-a-Punch camo for this before we end up getting the beam smasher. And you know what? I said we weren't gonna show off the beam smasher with a Pack-a-Punch camo, but I've decided I will. Why not? Okay, so let's go ahead and get this Pack-a-Punch then on this gun. Let's see how it looks. And it gets rid of pretty much... Wait. It keeps some of like the accent detailing. I don't know. Like you'd have to find a really specific camo that works well with this. The green kind of does, but I don't know. You'd have to find like a really interesting camo to go with this. So let me show y'all how this gets done. Not like that. So we have 2x plus 11. X in this is equal to 11, so we get 33. Two z plus y minus 5. Z in this is equal to 10, so 20 plus y, which is 21, is 41 minus 5, which is 36. And then finally we have y plus z minus x. Y plus z is 21 plus 10, which is 31, minus 11, which is 30. Hey. It was a misinput, trust. Okay, so I read the problem wrong. That's my fault. Like I swear I'm not that dumb. I I have that problem. Like I completely misread problems, and that's how I get the wrong answers. It's not that I'm like dumb. I swear. You know, I hate building the wonder weapon on this map because like, why is this thing not working? Like, what am I missing? See, I should not have to wait a full round for that. Like, I feel like there's no reason, especially when I flip round after. Okay, so one last note about the Devil May Cry anime before, like, we get towards the talking part of this video. Afterlife from Evanescence, which is an original song as far as I know, is one of the best DMC songs probably ever, I would say. I wouldn't say it's up there with Devils Never Cry or Bury the Light, but like I'd put it up there with like Subhuman, um, Divine Hate, Taste the Blood. Like I think it's up there for sure. Okay, so this video has been a disaster recording. I just had to pop a Wonder Bar because I forgot to equip the Beam Smasher blueprint and picked up the Beam Smasher before I remembered to equip it. So now we have two Beam Smashers on the map, so we can kind of take a look at them both, I think. No way, right? Alright, so let's take a look. It's unfortunate. I kind of wish it turned the lightning beam the same color as like the munition. Also, I think there's just a visual bug on my screen right now because like that's just a solid white. You see kind of the tubing there. I don't even know. Anyways, this recording's been a disaster. Let's go ahead and Pack-a-Punch it. Beam Smasher, blue wires, this godly light on it, nothing else really different. My PC's struggling, even though this is the only thing I've done. Like, I'm getting quite frustrated. I don't know what the problem is. Like, I try everything to save power on the PC because I guess it just can't handle anything. And honestly, I'm gonna just let myself die. I don't care anymore. It's been a disaster recording. Anyways, I will see you all on multiplayer. We get to check out the camos on the main guns, and I will see you all then. Alright, so we're here on multiplayer on a private match. We have to have a bot in this game because this gun's reactive, so we'll take a look before and after which each reactive. Hopefully the reactive part stays when I swap, but I'm doubtful, so we'll see when we kill this bot. So I'm not on the right team for this, but I can't swap the bot's team in-game, so we're just gonna have to stick with this and then swap over once the weapon changes reactivity. But anyways, here's the gun. Multiplayer on good lighting. It looks nice, like, I don't hate this at all. I don't know, it's just not something I would really use myself, if I'm being quite honest. There's better Model L blueprints, and there's better just AR blueprints in general. And here's a look at the LMG on actual good lighting, because Terminus lighting was horrible. I do apologize for that Terminus section. That was rough, man. I was getting real heated and my PC was overloaded. Alright, so here's the gun on max reactivity on multiplayer. I will say, in a darker map, especially on zombies, like the glowing is going to be real noticeable like it was in Shattered Veil. I want to see how this looks with other camos. I'm really thinking Nebula and Afterlife are going to look good on this. Alright, let's go swap over to Mystic Gold. Okay, so luckily our our reactivity swaps over, so we can go ahead and switch over to the right operator. Okay, so here it is on Mystic Gold, and you know, it looks okay. Once again, just normal gold is going to look better. I don't have normal gold for the Model L on multiplayer yet. And let's check out the LMG. Yeah, I don't really like this. Like I said, I think I really like wooden type camo. There's definitely some universal camo that would look good with this compared to like Mystic Gold or just regular gold in general. Okay, so here we are with Afterlife, and like I said, the blue and the gold, man, that looks really good. I really like what they did with this. And yeah, Afterlife looks really good once again. The only thing that doesn't look good is on that back there. You see right by like where the light bulb is, it looks really awkward there. But other than that, looks really good on this weapon. And let's check the LMG. It's alright. I think the blue kind of distracts from the wooden parts on this, I will say. Okay, so here we are with Nebula, and yeah, like I was saying, this definitely looks really good. I will say, the mag on the Afterlife version of this, I like way more than the mag on this. But this looks very nice. I quite like it. Let's see how it looks once we fire it a lot. Very nice camo. Very nice looking blueprint with this camo, I will say. Here's Nebula on the LMG, and once again, it just doesn't look that great. I think this is a pretty bad, like, matching blueprint to go with camos on the LMG. Let's go ahead and check out how it looks. You know, there's better options, especially for LMG blueprints. And let's get into our review. So, this one, I will go ahead and say I'm not as big a fan of this bundle as others, but let's go into the numbers. So for our main pickup, it's going to be the reactive blueprint. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and give that a 3. Like, I'm not a fan of reactive blueprints in general. It's the Model L, which is already like a mediocre weapon in zombies, and on top of that, like, this gets into our other subjects as well, but it does ice damage, which a better looking Model L blueprint already does. And Dead of the Night, not a great map, and its aesthetics don't really translate well into gun blueprints like this. I feel like they could have done other things with this bundle that just weren't there, but with the main blueprint, I'm giving that a 3. For the operator skin and the LMG I'd say is a 2. For the operator, I'd give it a 5. So I'm gonna average that out to a 3. The operator is very cool. Klaus, fun, in a tuxedo. hat mustache, I like that a lot. But the LMG, it doesn't really go with anything at all. So I'm putting that as a 3. Next we have our accessories, which are like the sticker, the spray, the emote, and all that. Honestly, I'm giving that a 3 as well. I think the loading screen bumps it up a lot. That's the animated loading screens for these bundles. I feel like they should have them forever. All of them should just have that like pop-up icon they have in the shop. They should have that there. And the other stuff I don't care for at all. I'm never using that charm. I'm never using the sticker. Actually, the sticker might have some use. The spray might have some use. I'm never using the emote though. But that's also a 3. And then for additional content, that's a perkaholic. Also, that's a 5 right there. Ice damage. That's really good on the tomb. That means you're dealing extra damage to mimics. But at the same time, the tomb has an ice damage wonder weapon. So, do we really want to be doubling down on ice damage? Maybe. There might be some use for it in Janus Towers, this upcoming map. But other than that, I'd give that also a 5. So 3, 3, 3, 5, that averages out to like 14 out of 20. I don't exactly know the breakdown there. So is this a would you buy? Honestly, I'm giving this a maybe. I don't think this is definitely like a yes or no. This is really more so if your tastes align with it. I'm not a big fan of the aesthetics of the bundle. I'm not a big fan of Dead of the Night. I know there are people who love these kinds of aesthetics, like old-timey weaponry, and I feel like they could have done something like with a Marine SP blueprint instead of the LMG. I think the LMG is really out of place. The sight looks bad on it. The camos don't really look good on it. Like, I feel like a lot of this bundle's problems could be solved with a better secondary blueprint that isn't the LMG. And also the wonder weapon, having it be the beam smasher, and it just doesn't really look that great. They could have used the wonder waff and have it actually connect to the new map. So I'd say this is a maybe if you want to buy. The perkaholic is kind of carrying the bundle, I will say. Overall, it's alright. Not a amazing bundle for me. There's better bundles to come, and there's better bundles that have been out. But with that, that's going to be the end of our video. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.